Hey, what's going on, everyone? I was recently in my friend's garden helping her plant some things, and I came across this. Now, originally, I thought it was a queen bee because the thing is massive. In addition to the video footage, I'm going to show some pictures in a slideshow type format, but it's hard to really gauge its size. I did throw a quarter down to try to give a reference for size, but it's massive. It's the biggest bee type bug I've ever seen in my life. So I assumed automatically that it was a queen bee. The overall size on this is about 2 1/8 inches long. So I was like kind of freaked out when I saw it, and I thought like, oh man, that must be a queen bee. I'd never seen one outside of the hive, which they don't leave the hive. And I got home and put the pictures on my computer, and I started looking into it, and it turns out it's not a queen bee, but instead it's a wasp. Now, more specifically, it is a European hornet. Now, it's pretty interesting researching this because I thought hornets and wasps were two different bugs, but apparently wasp is just a general term for hornets. There's three main types of hornets. The bald-faced hornet, which is a little bit, it's found in the United States, but I think it's a little bit hard to find. The European hornet, which is the rarest, and then of course the most common, the yellow jacket. But I've never seen anything that's big, so I looked into it more, and it turns out that more than likely this is a queen hornet. So I figured I'd read some information about it. I thought this is really fascinating. I've never seen this in my area before. Apparently the European hornets are, pretty rare in my parts anyway, in the United States. Generally speaking, they're found in China and Russia and places like that. But anyway, the European hornet are much larger than regular wasps. Unlike most stinging insects, European hornets will fly at night. Queens are the only females to reproduce. Most other hornets are female workers who build the hive, gather food and feed the young, and protect the colony. There are a few males as well, also called drones, in the hive. Since their job is to mate with the queen, males typically die soon after mating. Now, the average size on these are about 1 inch to 1.5 inches, but this one obviously is a little bit bigger. So it was really like, I don't want to say worrisome, but when I saw this thing, it was like, holy crap, it was like a mutant bee. Now, the diet of this European hornet consists of mainly of large insects like grasshoppers, flies, other bees, as well as other yellow jackets. Even though this isn't a yellow jacket, they do overpower them. They also eat tree sap, fruit, and honeydew. And unlike other species of hornets, the European hornet will hunt in groups. I also found out that they have the most venom of any stinging bug, which was really interesting. So to look back at it now, thinking I was looking at a queen bee, and this one happens to be one of the most powerful stinging insects there are. It pretty much eats and destroys other large hornets. It was a little scary to think about it now, but luckily I never got stung or anything. And the difference between hornets or wasps in general as opposed to bees is that when bees sting, their stinger is barbed, so it sticks into whatever it's stinging, and obviously it only gets that one sting because as it goes to pull away, it rips its organs out. Its whole abdomen kind of rips out and it dies. Whereas hornets have a very straight stinger, so they can sting repeatedly and repeatedly inject venom, which will, of course, for a human anyway, irritate us. Now, the European hornet is the only one that hunts in groups. So being that it's this large, if there was a couple of them stinging you, even if you weren't allergic, and you would most likely still go into anaphylactic shock. So it is one of the more dangerous ones out there. But I thought it was really interesting. Something else I want to read real quick about I'll read about the habitat real quick. Nests are typically built in hollow trees, but they are often found in barns, sheds, attics, and hollow areas of house walls. Unlike its cousins, the yellow jacket and the bald-faced hornets, European hornets rarely build nests that are free-hanging or in unprotected areas, such as tree limbs. They use decaying wood fiber to build a shell around their nests as a protection. As winter approaches, the worker bees die off and the queen will leave the existing nest and find an empty log or other sheltered spot to spend the winter. And then the impact on nature. European hornets can do a great deal of damage to trees and shrubs because they strip the bark to get to the sap. They also use the bark fiber to build their nests. They have smooth stingers, so they can sting over and over again. Their stingers can carry venom that makes the stings hurt particularly much to human beings, itch or swell for up to 24 hours. The European hornet stings have the same risk of allergic reactions from form as other wasp stings. However, it is the most impacted towards humans. And then, of course, some more specs on this, but the actual species name, if you're interested in looking this up more, I mean, you can look up European hornet and find this information, but its actual scientific name is Vespa crabro. I thought that was pretty interesting, so I figured I'd make a video on it and show you some pictures and show you the short little video clip that I made and just tell you my experience. So first of all, it's not good that it's there locally. I certainly don't want to get stung by something like this, but it just freaked me out. I mean, it's just a massive, massive stinging bug. Kind of the same effect as if you happen to see, I don't know, like a tarantula in your yard that you're normally not used to seeing. It would just kind of freak you out. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I think in the future, when I do more local wildlife videos about animals, I'll do in this format where I'll show you a video and I'll do a voiceover giving you some information and stuff. It may seem like you're sitting in, your 7th grade science class or something, but it could still be really interesting to learn about different things in nature, insects and animals and birds and all kinds of things. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.